Greetings. My name is Frank Karam, a lawyer for over 35 years and the author of The Truth Engine, a book that takes the radical position that lawyers should actually make it their job to find out the truth rather than winning or making money. Today, I would like to draw your attention to a very serious problem. It is related to climate change and global warming and the effect that humans have on the world that we live in. But unlike climate change, which is something that is so huge and overwhelming that there is little that one person can do, this is something that real people can do something about. California is facing an acute water shortage. It is the largest agricultural producer in the United States and in the world. California's 77,000 farms produce more than 400 commodities and 2/3 of the nation's fruits and nuts. Every year, over 8 trillion gallons of water are used for irrigation. Because of persistent drought, the reservoirs and canals that bring water from the snow caps of the Sierra Nevada mountain range have been running low, and water has had to be pumped from underground aquifers. But these reserves are also being depleted at an alarming rate, and it is still not enough to make up for the water shortfall, which reaches about 1 trillion gallons in the worst years. Pumping water puts tremendous stress on the environment. In certain areas where large farms are located, such as the San Joaquin Valley in Central California, the ground level has subsided by over 100 feet during the last 80 years because of excessive use of underground aquifers. And still, there is not enough water. Fertile lands can literally turn into deserts. If this continues unabated, the desert will consume as much as 5 million acres. 1 million acres were consumed by the desert in the last 15 years. But there is a solution. There is a way to reduce the amount of water used by agricultural producers that is good for the environment and can actually stop the process of desert encroachment. This solution not only addresses the fresh water shortfall, but is also sustainable and environmentally friendly. It is long-term in nature and is a positive action that we can take now. The solution is called permaculture, also known as regenerative agriculture. It was originally proposed by Australian biologists Bill Mollison and David Holmgren in 1978. Since then, it has been tried, tested, and proven successful all over the world, including in very dry areas such as the Sahara Desert in Africa. Permaculture represents an interconnected ecosystem of trees, bushes, grasslands, small canals, ponds, and commercial crops. These organisms are combined according to scientifically proven methodology that can conserve water. The method reduces the amount of water drawn by farmers from external sources, such as canals and ground aquifers. Permaculture can reduce water usage by up to 50% depending on the type of soil and crops being grown. Regenerative agriculture is particularly suitable for smaller farms under 100 acres, which make up about 75% of California's 77,000 farms. If only 5% of these farmers were to employ this method annually, over 400 billion gallons of fresh water could be saved, enough to provide water for over 10 million households for a whole year. Regenerative farms are beautiful and involve planting a lot of fruit trees, turning desert land into gorgeous orchards. For good reason, another name for a permaculture farm is a food forest. In this video, you can see a typical example of a farm using permaculture methods that help conserve water. Permaculture combines trees with shrubs, bushes, as well as agricultural crops to produce the most efficient utilization of scarce water resources. Farmers will not only be using less water, they will be paying less for the water that they do use. Underground drilling will be diminished, and as I said earlier, it's something practical and doable that can have a real effect on a problem that a lot of us think is too huge to be solved. The objective of this campaign is to raise money to buy land and build a model farm in one of the areas of California worst hit by drought. we will use the most advanced permaculture techniques. The farm will be used to promote and demonstrate permaculture to the farming community, as well as to Californians and the general public via television and the internet and periodicals. We want to show how employing these methods can help conserve water in the long run and promote many diverse species of plants and animals and birds by preserving their natural habitat. It is a positive step to stop the process of desertification in California. It could save hundreds of small farms. We plan to implement this project with the assistance of permaculture artisans of Sonoma County and their principal, Mr. Eric Olson. This farm will serve as an actual working example of the efficiency of regenerative agriculture and will be used to conduct conferences and educational classes and seminars where farmers and students of agriculture will be able to learn about these methods in a real-world environment. And please remember, this is not just a California problem. It is a national problem, since California supplies up to 40% of the nation's agricultural products, and in some cases, such as almonds, peaches, and plums, close to 100%. No single person, company, or even government can bring about the solution to this serious crisis on their own. But the combined effort of people who actually want to do something can change the direction that our world is moving toward. Let's join together, making our contribution to resolve this problem and bring sustainable water and efficient agriculture to California for the next generation. Any amount counts. Even $10 can make a difference. Please tell your friends and family about this campaign. Spreading the word about it will help us a lot. Let's do something now, today, because it could be too late tomorrow.